Hi, friends. I hope you guys are doing really well. I really miss you a lot. But welcome to week 8 of distant learning. I'm doing pretty good. I don't know if you can see my two puppies in the background hanging out. So for this week, I'm hoping that you turned in your creative project last week. That was due last week. If you didn't, please get that turned in when you can. I've seen some really good creative projects. I can tell people put a lot of time and creativity into them, and it's been super fun to look through them. So thank you to those of you who got those done. For this week, I want you to start working on your final presentation. When you click on this link, it'll bring you to this, and it shows you what the final presentation looks like. Basically, you're going to make a Google slideshow that shows what you learned from doing all your research on your topic. If you want to use something besides Google Slides, you can let me know, and that might work too. I know some people sometimes use Prezi, so that's up to you. You need to have a title slide. On your title slide, include your name, teacher name, class title, class hour, and due date. This is the last thing that's due before the end of the year, so put that due date there. I recommend that you have between 10 and 20 slides. Your last slide should have your works cited information in MLA format, so if you don't know how to do that, please ask or Google how to do that. It's basically where you put all the links and the citations to where you got your research. You want your slides to be in a really good, logical, organized order. So, start with maybe if you want to do it in chronological order by time period, whatever it might be. Just make sure that you're presenting it in a really good, organized order. I suggest including a lot of pictures. Videos are optional. Words, you can have words, but I don't really want you to have more than 20 words per slide. So try to stay at under 20 words per slide, just because when we watch somebody's slideshow, we don't really like to read a bunch of stuff. We more like that, they talk about what's going on the slideshow instead of having to read a lot. So you can put your notes, like more and extra information, more extra notes at the bottom in the little note section on your Google slideshow. But on the actual slides, try to stay under 20 words. Just have a lot more pictures that shows what you're talking about. You want your slideshow to be interesting and engaging. You want people to want to hear about your topic. You want them to be interested. It's the worst when you watch a presenter who is really boring. So you want to be as interesting as you can, and engaging. I know that this is different. If you remember when you probably looked through the research project packet, these requirements are a lot different than what I had originally planned, and that's just because with being distance learning, I needed to make some changes. So, focus on looking at this to see what the requirements are. This part is really important. If you want to get up to 100% on the final presentation, you need to record yourself giving your presentation like I am right now. See how my face is in the corner, and then in the background you can see my presentation. So you would have your slideshow in the background and your face in the bottom corner. You can use Screencastify, Screencast-O-Matic, Loom, whatever site works best for you to record your presentation, and then you'll submit that. And then you can get up to 100% on the final presentation. If you are not really interested in getting up to 100% on the final presentation, you can get up to 90% by just making the Google slideshow. So the most that you can get for the presentation is 90%, and that would be a perfect score, just for making the slideshow and not recording yourself giving a final presentation. So that is up to you. You can make that decision yourself, whether you want to go for the full 100% or if you just are okay with going for the 90%. There's 2 links to TED Talks here that I'd like you to watch. They help with how to present well, how to engage an audience when you're speaking. There's an example presentation that you can look at here. Keep in mind that this example was done when we weren't distant learning, so some of the requirements might be different, but you can see it's a good example of a very clean, organized slideshow. So keep working on that this week. There is a check that I want you to complete where you found this planner. It's a link right below where you found the link to this planner, and it's due by Friday, just to check in and see how you're doing. So please work on your final presentation this week, and if you have any questions, as always, let me know. I miss you guys. I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you soon.